There he is. All right, kids. Here, let me get Memphis in here. He's vaping and shit. Can I hear you, Memphis? Talk to me, Goose. Oh, shit. I can't hear you. You can hear me, right? Let me fix my audio. Shit's all messed up. Doing that shit sometimes. Audio. Yeah. All right. I should be able to hear you. Can I hear you, Memphis? I cannot hear you. Can people watching hear me? Golly, what is going on here? Memphis is all frozen, but anyway. Any of you four people? Now I can hear you a little bit. It was all jammed up for a minute. How about now? Okay, good. Talk to me, Memphis.
Yeah.
I can hear you a little bit now. Okay.
The connection's so bad I can't even hear shit.
Okay. Well, we can hear you nice and clear now. All right. So
Hold on.
I got Byron here with me. Byron is the owner of the Soulgasm truck. I lost Memphis. That's okay. Byron here is the owner of the Soulgasm truck, and we were out hanging out at the Gately show over the weekend. It went really, really well. The only thing I will say that I am responsible for with that is helping my guys build the trucks. You guys know, if you guys watch the show often, that my wife is the one that put together all of that shit. And man, she did a great fucking job. And she's such a fucking badass. She made a whole ass list of things that was like three pages. They have 3 pages. Well, there's only one last little thing on the last page, but I got 2.5 pages of things that she says she's going to do to make the event even better. So Memphis is on his way home. Steve is also on his way home. They may tune in on the road with their phones, but otherwise it'll be me talking to you guys. I got my man Byron with me. Yeah. Did you have fun, Byron?
I sure did. It was a good time.
Yes, sir.
Lots of people came out. Lots of vehicles was out there. It was just a positive West Coast vibe.
Yeah. None of that bullshit.
No, none of that at all.
How many demos do you think you gave out?
Definitely over 75. I'll be modest. It's over 75 for sure.
Yeah. I think I had between 50 and 70 each day.
Yeah.
The guillotine was fucking outrageous. Like I was tapping myself. I had a couple songs where people be like, give me everything it's got. And I got like 3 particular songs that hit like in this higher frequency 45, 50 some odd hertz bandwidth that is like, ooh. Like I kind of like I sit up and I get the knob in my hand and I grab a hold of my man parts so that I don't hurt nothing. And I start rolling into that thing and I'm like looking at them and I'm like, ow.
If y'all want to make it so I can take the head and bass knob outside of the
yeah,
window, I'd have been struggling too.
yeah. Some of the because you were playing a lot of the higher frequency stuff. We had
huge bandwidth.
We Byron and Allison and I, without knowing we were doing this, both put in orders with DJ Dirty Bass with a little list of songs. What all? How many songs did you do?
Over time, it's been about anywhere from 15 to 20.
Okay. And you did like 5 this week?
This last
And
week.
and Allie gave him like 13, 15 songs. So he made a couple of bucks.
Oh, yeah.
He did good. So, but man, he killed it. All the songs he did for us were fantastic. They were really good. And we had a really good time. I got to do some demo stuff on the news, and I'll tell you, I did a pretty good job, but I made a big, horrific mistake. I was super embarrassed about it on Friday. So I was demoing both the guillotine and the stereotype builds. And in the guillotine, they were filming me, and I had my niece, Aubrey, and our friend Lucy, a beautiful, very young woman, and a beautiful, I don't know, she's like 33 or 35 women, and they're in the door of the truck, and they're going to do, hair trick thing. And I had both the vehicles booted up with the songs that I wanted to play. And I screwed up. I must have unpaused when I thought I paused the Guillotine song, and they were like, all right, let's go. And I went over and hopped in, and the guy's coming over with the camera, and I'm supposed to like let her rip tater chip. And we use the MM105 head unit. It's a JL audio component, and it's a fantastic unit. It's super durable. We use them in like almost all the fucking builds. Got one in the Soulgasm, got one in the Guillotine, Slam Hailing, Eruption, and a couple other the builds. And we really like the way that unit works. But if you're trying to skip songs real fast or find songs really fast, you can kind of overwhelm yourself a little bit. And I was a little bit anxious. And I wanted a song that had like bass note right now. And I started clicking and I saw Big Facts. And I know that lights off like straight away. Like you press play and you get 100%. And I was like, oh, I'll just do that one. Get you in here. Memphis. And I hit that.
It's working now.
Okay. So I was telling my story about how I fucked up and I played a less appropriate song to broadcast on the news station than I was supposed to.
Oh yeah.
So I was right at the point. I was telling the story. I'm right at the point where I press play and the song lights off. Boom, and it's like bam. These girls' hair is like it's badass. And the Guillotine has 6 700 AB amplifiers. It's got 4 8s in each door. It's got 4 3-inch and 4 tweeters in each pillar, and it's got 8 Diamond Audio coaxials in like the guys call it a chichurro box behind the seat. This thing's highs and mids are loud and clear, and this guy's got like a news camera and a news mic, and it's picking up every fucking lyric of that song, and the Rusticles intro with the ladies screaming in the seats, and and I glance over and I see the look on Allison's face, and it looked like she was just disappointed. And I was like, I played the wrong song, and they cut that part off of the news, I think. So,
good.
But
that's fine.
Yeah, but it worked out great when I hopped over into the Stereotype. That song I hadn't fucked up, and I played that one, and it went well, and it blew the guy's hat off, and he was, wow, and he gave me a high five, and I told him a little bit about it, and I did get to say, hey, most of this is infrasonic frequencies, and it doesn't hurt your ears, and that's why my ears are fine, and I've been doing this for 30 years, and I was real good on camera and on the mic, other than the stupid fucking play the wrong fucking song. And so we got really about like 30 to 40% of the content broadcasted on the news. But I was told, wait, and I'll look it up. Maybe I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Let me do this shit here. I'll see if I can play it. Let me see if I can play the news. Oh, boy, we're covering up shit. Let's see here. YouTube.
See, you got a celebrity in the background.
Sure do. Sexy Mopo.
The Chocolate Man. Mr. Soulgasm himself.
If you guys are wondering about what the MM105 is, it's this unit right here. And Byron, what do you think of your MM105, bud?
Oh, I enjoy using it. It's very durable. It's easy to navigate through what you're trying to get to. Got all the features you need, really.
And it's durable.
Barcelona is the kind of city where no matter.
Can you explain that to me, Bobby? Because I've seen it in a lot of builds. I saw it in the red truck, Slam Hailing.
Yeah. It was something we were just analyzing, and we were like, shit, that'll be really durable. It's a media thing, and I can't remember exactly what led us down that path, but it looked pretty cool. And what did we put it in first? I think we put it in Slam first, didn't we?
I think so.
I think so. It looked like it fit the way that we wanted to with that where we were trying to put it, and we went that route, and it can do some really cool stuff. One of the things I really like about it, and we probably should do this in like literally all. Well, the multi-zone is something that we haven't used yet, but I intend to for like some stunt wall stuff. But you can set a cap to how far you can turn it up. We should probably set it at. So we know that the signal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is perfect. When it
that way
comes to
nobody
no
can turn it
max
up
volume.
too far. You know what I mean? You can be
Right.
like, look, you can pretty much play anything. Like, make it so that it's like, oh, Memphis, here's the keys. All of these trucks. And you just turn it all the way until it won't turn up anymore. And you do the same with the volume knobs and keep an eye on the clip light and the voltage and the temperature and just play the
Not
fucking.
only that,
And that's
not
pretty
only
much
that,
all of them.
so when
are
it
like-
comes into tuning people's head units, and you know, like the head unit will go to 50, but the max volume is 38. You can lock it in at that and call it a day.
Absolutely.
There we go. That's one of the important things, because I always have to remember I write inside of everybody's vehicle somewhere, like either in the box or I put a sticky note somewhere or a piece of painter's tape, and it says, yo, your max volume is this.
Can't be out there frying speakers.
Huh?
Can't be out there frying speakers.
Yeah. Do. Oh, you're looking for the news.
Yeah, sorry. Hold, please.
Where's the
Right.
you know how when the show goes off air and it's like they put the little message up on the screen first until you come back?
Live at Autorama, the 74th Autorama, and the biggest and best they've ever had here at Cal Expo.
You guys have audio?
Yep.
Okay, good.
It is absolutely incredible. They got 1,000 cars. This is my man, Bobby. Bobby, tell him what you do for a living.
My name is Bobby Gately. I own a company called Gately Audio. We manufacture subwoofer enclosures, subwoofers, speakers, amplifiers, and we build these big, ridiculous custom sound monsters. In this vehicle here behind us, I have 9 18-inch subwoofers that I hand-built myself. I did all the engineering on them, powered by 9 70-100-watt amplifiers, so 63,000 plus watts of power on the subwoofers. And it's all reinforced, and it's got a ton of speakers to back up those subwoofers, and it sounds really beautiful, and it does some really cool stuff, too.
It does some really cool stuff. Are you ready to show it off? Okay, here we go. Now watch their hair. Watch the hair.
To the street and ladies breed
Okay, that is unbelievable.
Songs dropping F-bombs and the whole damn thing.
Bass.
Exactly.
And it just it starts to lift their hair, and then it doesn't have a chance to fall back down, so it just keeps getting higher and higher, and it floats like crazy. We give these new ladies a couple of brushes.
Thank you. It's so good.
My wife's idea. She's way smarter than me.
Okay, I think I need to try this. Okay, Sean, I'm going to give you the microphone because you put the microphone inside. It does all the weird stuff.
Man, I wish that microphone would have been inside of the other one. You would have heard me
Getting
with
into the
the.
vehicle.
You ready?
Rusted 5.
Wait for it.
Hey, sister, know the water's sweet, but blood is thicker. Oh, the sky comes
You hold the meters?
for you. There's nothing in this world
Like he knew it was coming.
Yeah, that works.
Oh my God, that was the coolest, brother. That was amazing.
Can you hear?
Just one of them many incredible things you're going to see. Oh, I can hear fine because it's deeper than
It's infrasonic sounds that don't have any negative effect on your ear.
it's
Science.
wild.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's like a roller coaster
There'll
ride.
be dozens of vehicles like this on this level built by us and a bunch of our badass colleagues. So just
Come on
come out and
now.
check it out. It's a lot of fun. We'll give you a brush if we blow your hair around. I promise.
Thank you so much, Bobby. It's so nice to meet you. We're going to have to do something together.
Hell yeah.
Okay, done. We'll be out there in your place. All right, back to you guys in the studio. That was incredible.
That was good. It was worth it. Thanks, Coach.
Let's go. Well, there's more than 1,000 amazing cars to see that the Sacramento Autorama is back for its
So yeah, that was pretty fun. So I don't know if they had the whole fucking lady screaming in the seats and the "she come fuck me for get back" part of that on the news. Actually, I think they clipped that for us. And if they did, I almost wish they did because it's kind of embarrassing because, like, you know, it could have been a little better presentation of our community, even though it's an appropriate, like, of what we really are. I you know, like, fuck. Sorry, everybody. I normally do better, but I fucked up. I had a great opportunity to not, but I like a little bit. Yeah. So. Yeah.
You made it up with the second one. It's a demographic thing. That's what you're thinking about. But
Yeah.
At this point, it's like, fuck it. Our target audience will see it and be fine.
Yeah. They'll be like, bro, that guy was on the news playing some about ladies screaming in the seats.
But here's the thing: you just gave DJ Rustical a whole bunch of free
in there
promo.
trick, and it's all bro. I'm like, oh fuck, dude. God damn it. Well,
DJ Rusticles owes you some money because that's a ton of free promo.
Yeah. I mean, if you watch all the videos, I do love Rusticle's music. I use it for a lot of stuff. But it's really cool to be able to send. His name's Zach, right?
Yep.
I send Zach DJ Dirty Bear, be like, hey, bro, here's a list of songs, and he's like, fucking hey, bro, shoot me over a couple bucks, and I'm like, Venmo him like usually twice what he asked for, and then like he whips out a couple days later, he's like, here you go, fucking goddamn Chaperone hot to go fucking rebase, and my wife's like, let's go grab the ghillie and go drive her, and I'm like, all right, let's fucking go. I'm driving around fucking smashing. People are looking at us like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm like,
I use
drive on the freeway, fucking smashing, you can barely drive. Like, yeah, sick.
If you know about Colton Talley, he's on Facebook. He's DJ Smoking Lows. He's a professional audio engineer. Like, he writes actual music. And I'll send him a song. Like, I sent him songs. I know he made 14 songs for me for last season. And then he's now making songs for this season. So every season he's gonna be making music for me, Matt, and Steve Duncan. And he will literally wipe the entire bass line out and then compose his own bass line in the frequencies you want. So I've been using him a lot lately. He's really good at what he does.
Very cool. Yeah. So it's a little side note. Doesn't really have a whole lot to do with Gately Audio. I know I've talked a little bit about it. Actually, I those of you that watched the show, you saw me at Burning Man when we did the Quietly Loud show from Burning Man, which was really bitching. And I was showing you guys that sound system. I think it was called Elysium.
Elysium.
It was fucking beautiful. It sounded amazing, but I was like, I wish it had more fucking bass, you know, like, but I mean, that's right. So, I started thinking about it like not long after that. And when I got back, I kind of started designing different crazy, massive subwoofer cabinets that are like as big as a car. That would be like massively infrasonic, you know, like 15 to 30 hertz cabinets that are Eden. Eden is what that sound system is called. And that's my lovely wife and my stepson, Nathan, and that photo there. And Eden, it fucking, like we were out riding around our bicycles, and all of a sudden I'm hearing this music, and I'm like, look, what the fuck is that? That sounds fucking rad. And we like go peeling towards it naturally. Oh, it was pretty fucking hammered riding around out there. And so I'm like a fucking, moth to a flame kind of a thing. I'm like, here I come, speakers, yay! Oh, I love speakers. And we were out there. We listened to like this guy's whole set. It was fucking bad. I couldn't shut up about how awesome it sounded. And then we like ride back to our camp, and we're sitting in our camp hanging out, and then it comes pulling in, and it's literally parked 10 feet away from us. I'm like, there it is. That's fucking cool. And so then it was like the next day when we did when we were doing the Quiet Loud show, I was like, let me see if it's over here. And I like looked, and I was like, shit, it's outside. And that's why I'm running over and telling you guys about it and how bitching it was and how excited I was about these sound systems and how fun they were. And like the funnest thing about Burning Man for me, and I think Allie will agree, is like we're riding our fucking badass SC bikes that are decked out in LED lights that Eric and Jen Hazelton put on our bikes for us, and we're fucking riding around chasing sound system trucks, and there's like 3 or 4 of them. It's like a full on gigantic fucking big rig with a fucking massive sound system, laser light, fire, flamethrower fucking show. And they're chooching this thing around out on the playa with like guys with like those cone shaped things that they direct airplanes with. And there's like 200 people on bicycles fucking chasing them around. Fucking, yeah, this is bad. It was super fucking cool. So I want one. And there's no way I can afford to build one of those things or do all the work or keep the motherfucker. And yeah, Rufus at Sunset was super fucking rad. So I want to build one. So I got like my buddy Mikey Martin. He's in. He's like, I'll try to find a diesel generator. We can keep this whole fucking thing at my house, and we'll build these giant subwoofer cabinets. And we'll build. And what I intend is to be able to build this subsystem for this that can just pair with a whole entire other sound system because it's all infrasonic. But we have to get somebody to produce music that plays these things. Now, mind you, what I have in mind is like 1612s in John Nolte engineered double shot. Is that an 8th order? I don't know what the fuck the order is, John. John, talk to me. Or a double shot Labyrinth that has like a loading chamber in front of it that's like horn loaded. Then imagine this horn loaded 8 foot tall, 20 inches or 24 inches wide port, and like, some chick at Burning Man, some influencer chick that's wearing, I don't know, pasties and a fucking loincloth is standing in there and like blow her pasties off and throw her on the ground in front of it. The fucking dust blows and people fucking scatter and run, and then they like come back and they're like, oh, and like it's a sonic anomaly from fucking 2 miles away, and like people are getting in their art cars and bicycles and they're like, what in the fuck is that? And it's like, oh, it's fucking Rufus playing these special tracks that he developed for this infrasonic monster that they got out in the corner of the fucking playa over here, because some fucking speaker engineer asshole fucking built this dumb fucking thing over here, and it's, melting people's fucking brains in the back corner of Burning Man. That's my dream. I'm thinking 2026. This year, I just want to bring a bass car, because if I bring a fucking bass car, then it gives people a little fucking taste, So
when and where is this?
Contaminate the fuck out of the Soulgasm out the fucking playa, and we'll be scrubbing that bitch clean. It's gonna need a new fucking engine anyway, so it's like, fuck it, let's go. So
when and where is this Burning Man?
It is in Black Rock Desert in Nevada. So like you drive right past Sky High on your way in, and you just keep fucking driving, and it's it's like a 5-hour drive from Sacramento, but people from all over, all fucking over the fucking planet are there. There's 70,000 people out there. Now you can't buy anything but ice there. If you're doing anything, you can't sell anything, and nothing can be like branded. So like we'd get the Soulgasm and we would peel all the fucking stickers off it, buff it out a little bit, maybe put a plain ass rap on it because we'll go over it with something. Byron would totally have a great time. If everybody, nobody, no fucking body would be like, oh, Burning Man sucks. It's not fun.
I've heard about it for years. I never knew where or when it was.
It's a good time. I went 20 years ago and I was like, I'm gonna go every year forever. And then like the next year I was like, I can't afford that. And then it, and then last year, one day I'm like climbing into bed and Allie's like, hey babe. And I'm like, what? And she's all smiling at me and I'm like, oh wow, we're gonna do the freaky thing. I'm like, what's going on? She's like, and I'm all, oh, we are. And she's like, yeah, I just bought our tickets. I'm all, oh, that's gonna be expensive. She's like, yep. I'm like, okay. Yeah, Santos, you would love it. Santos, you should be the dude that like could record music. So my man Steve right here used to spin and play drums and shit. He's like one of those people that doesn't need to be taught how to operate one hand. Like he could do what is it? You like wave your hand like this and do the circles. He can do the shit backwards, hyper coordinated motherfucker that totally has the skill set to do shit like that. But yeah, anyway, but yeah, so it should be really, so anyway, I want to build this infrasonic monster sound system. And I want to, and maybe one way to kind of, I actually need like there's a lot of moving pieces to this, right? I got to get somebody that creates music to create that fucking music. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get, I don't know if you guys heard, I played a Rufus Inner Bloom song that Zach DJ Dirty Bass rebased for us. It was a fucking banger. It's a lot of fun to play in all the vehicles. And I played that a few times throughout the weekend. And I'll probably find more of that type of music, and have like a really cool playlist to operate. And gonna get Allie to help me figure out how to get a permission slip to bring the Soulgasm out there. And then I'm gonna tell Byron I'll fix anything I fuck up, and I'll wash all the dust out of it. But yeah,
Byron was playing a song at the shop. I think it was before the actual event. I think, or the day, or that first night of. Whatever that song was, that song was amazing in the Soulgasm. I can't remember what it was, but I think Allie was playing it and demoing him. But he played it at the show too.
Oh, it was Area. It was the one the song that's all watch this. Dun, 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 dun. Oh man, that song is dope in there. Brutal in the Soulgasm because it's one of those like you play all those we play Jester and Timmy Turner and it'll be like, oh, do you want a big? You want 16? Oh yeah, cool. You want 55? You're gonna get that too. Oh man, you're like, oh, I wasn't ready. I was holding my teeth for 16. I wasn't holding my balls for 55, and you're like, right. It's like yeah, it's a fucking lot.
I think that's something important. So I think a lot that goes into demoing, not necessarily the lanes, but with demoing, most of it's about showmanship and range. When you can give people demos with a range, it makes the demo more enjoyable. Like everything, like you're waiting on what's going to happen next. And I think that's one of the important things for a vehicle to have a capability of playing range when it comes to demos.
I gotta email myself all these pictures that Allie sent me so that I can share them with you guys. A little bit of stuff from Burning Man. Oh wow.
The single frequency tones are good, if you're a demo lane competitor, but for demos, I'm like, I want to get in the vehicle and I want to feel everything from 15 to fucking 50 hertz. It just makes it's a better demo in my opinion.
What the fuck?
That's fun. I got a lot of compliments on that.
Yeah, bandwidth. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's kind of one. What's kind of funny is like people like bitching about vehicles that play down into the teens, right? And they're like, oh, they're fucking no whale noise and that thing is so annoying. And it's like, have you been in any of our vehicles that can do that? Because I will fucking choke you with a fucking 55, 65 plus dB, 40 fucking hertz soulgasm. I just don't want to play that because I'm not trying to tap myself or swell my nut up, motherfucker. No, seriously, like it's like, bro, my balls. It's like it fucking hurts, man. Like
that's why you never see me get into a vehicle like if it doesn't have seats, I don't sit on the floor. I squat. I'm not fucking trying to get my nuts.
Yeah, I don't get all the way in the ones that don't have seats. Usually, I'll climb in a little bit, but you know the vehicles like Soulgasm dig all the way 16, 17 hertz, no fucking problem with authority. And same with the stereotype build, the new build that we did. And
I got a demo in there. That truck's pretty dope.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. That thing, and Barry operated it like just right for his like first days of demoing anything ever. And he's like, you know, every once in a while somebody'd like get in and I'd know they were like a bass head. So I would give it like all of it. And the people that weren't, I was a couple clicks down because they didn't need all that. I'm like, you're fucking brilliant. You got it before I even said anything. Like, he's like, you know, I don't need them to be in pain. But like some dude that like gets in, he's got a fucking ruthless tattoo on his face. And you're like, oh, I gotta get a little smoke to come out of this box because like,
yeah. Yes, that's knowing. You gotta know the audience.
Trying to. Where the fuck are the photos? Okay, well, I don't know what I'm doing. So anyway, I can't email myself fucking photos from my phone that I downloaded from a text message. So never mind. I can.
If you paid attention Sunday to the crowd at the show, if you notice the crowd at the show changed because the guys were coming over from the car show side to come over to the Gately show to see the cars and everything. And then I asked a couple people. I asked somebody. I said, well, you know, what brought you over here? They said that the beer on the other side, I think they raised the price or they stopped having it. So they came over to this side to see if we had it, and they just got sucked into the show.
Nice.
That's cool. We had this old guy walk over. He was like old. He was like full white hair. And he was like super interested. And he was like trying to get close to the Soulgasm, but he was so afraid of it. And he has fingers in his ears and he's like kind of walking up and he like backed up. And he's like annoyed.
But curious.
How scared he was of it, right? I mean, it doesn't fucking hurt. Like, I've never really met a person that it really fucking hurt. It's like fucking stop it, dude. I know it doesn't actually fucking hurt. Like,
but that's
like, okay, I get it when you're in it, right? But like, you're 15 feet away, go fuck yourself. It doesn't hurt. Shut up. It doesn't give you a headache. It doesn't hurt shit. You're a fucking liar. Like, but anyway, he's all scared of it. And Gavin, one of my technicians, and Allie was brilliant. She had packs of ear fucking plugs if people were scared. They're for people that are scared because they just right. And so Gavin goes over and hands this guy the earplugs. He fucking sticks them in his ears and he's like sticking his head in the window. A minute later, I'm like, all right, that's what's up. Like, just this dude is even though he was a little poopy face, it still had the effect on him, right? It still made him smile and giggle. Oh, the guillotine, loud, right? I mean, obviously, the Soulgasm can play into the fucking teens, and I can't. I haven't even really fucked around with anything lower than 25 in the Gilly. But at like 45 to 55 hertz, the guillotine is inappropriately loud. Like, it fucking hurts a lot. Fucking hurts. So
yeah.
But I mean, this is 7100 on each sub, and you know what's fucking crazy is that there was a couple times where I was playing that thing and I was like, how we doing? And I open up and it is like fucking solid clip light. I'm all, whoa. I'm all, damn, man. And I like turn it down just a little bit and it's like still right there, but I'm like, they can take more. It was like, fuck. And when I first put it together like that, and when I had told Jim about how well they were taking a 7100 on each one, I'm like, dude, yeah, I gave Craig Ball the fucking ball snatcher, that puts your balls in the fucking guillotine. Fucking Dark Horse song is like, there's a few songs that touch that tone, but that one like comes out the gate and it's like, and you're like, oh, and then it changes to low for a second, and it switches to an even higher one. You're like, you're like, motherfucker, that hurt.
Yep.
Like,
tone.
Yeah, and then it plays a bunch of lows for a while, and then it swings back to those highs. But you know, I was telling Jim how well the subs were handling power, and this is, you know, a month and a half ago, and now they're taking it even better, right? Because they're all broken in, and it's really coming to life. And he was like, "Let's put a 15K on each one." I don't know if we should do that, Jim, but maybe. You know, I'm like, sheesh. So
That's a lot.
now I'm like, I kind of want to do it. Like I think I could. I'd run them at 0.7. So it's more, you know, it's like a 12K at that point, which is a fucking lot of power to put on one fucking sub. Like, holy fucking hell. The Gilly
Worst case scenario, your recon
is currently, I could recon to 0.5. The Gilly is currently at 15.3 volts, but by the end of next week, we're going to add a couple of these. I don't know if you guys saw Steve Mead's post about these Victrons. Brad Nichols of Warpath Energy did some research and spoke to another colleague in the community. I wish I remembered his name, but that's used a couple of these with success, and this is a fucking badass unit. So in a couple of vehicles, in our friend Eugene's truck, we put 2 of these in it, brought his 90 amp hour Warpath long bank. It's like 47 inches long. It's fucking badass. And we brought that thing up to 16.2 volts, reconnected his battery under the hood, powered off of 2 of these DC to DC chargers. So we go, whatever the hell's coming in, we want 14.4 coming out, and they're working perfectly. And so we're able to run his 2 15Ks at 16.2 or 16.4 volts in the Freak Bourbon. It was the gray Suburban with the big blue Gately on each side. And so he's got 4 18s on 2 15Ks at 16.2 volts, and that thing's pretty nasty. So it's a lot of fun. Yeah. So, and that was great. My buddy Robert Duarte, he had the white Tahoe that had the 2 Relentless Neo 4 18s in the ported box, the big acrylic window. We had a little bit of voltage issue in his truck because the little PCM charge thing failed. We couldn't get it to charge at higher than 13.8 volts, and that's below nominal of the Warpath battery that's in there. So it was like he could give a demo, and then he'd have to wait, and then he could give a demo, and it was like, fuck, man. And we had just put that shit together on Thursday. So we're going to put a couple of those in there and crank his stuff up to 16.2. It'd be very similar to Eugene's electrical system. And that thing should be really nasty. A 15K on 2 Relentless Neo 4s at a half ohm. And we got some prototype coils in there. What do we got here? Oh, cool.
So are those Victrons more based on if you have a singular, like if you don't have independent charging sources?
So they're so good. It works great if you have a single alternator. Like Eugene's has a single alternator, Roberts has a single alternator. The Eruption and we haven't done anything with the Slam yet. We're going to do this kind of upgrade in the Slam eventually. But the Eruption has a single alternator. And I mean, he's got single alt and 2 90 amp hour Warpath batteries, 2 15Ks, and he demoed all fucking day. John, man, you know, I fucking love when guys that build really, really fucking dope ass shit and they're like, dude, I love your shit. That's really fucking cool. John's a fucking badass. He's a fucking epoxy wizard, man. That shit is fucking sexy. I'm like, that's cool. Next time I epoxy something, I'm calling that fucking dude because he's
right.
Definitely got the knowledge of how to get that shit going. So oh yeah, that's
so curious on him epoxying like 4 sides of something. Like I've epoxied things single plane, never epoxy something and flipped it and epoxy the other side. So I'm curious on how that method works. So I'm definitely gonna hit John up about that.
Yeah. You can get like really creative and like have a piece of acrylic and you can't use epoxy on acrylic because it'll peel off like a fucking fruit roll up. Ask me how I know. And you could use like a polyester or an isophthalic resin, and that'll adhere reasonably well to acrylic. And what I have found is using metal flake makes like a really good binder, and it doesn't let the resin shrink as much because it's got a bunch of this metal flake in there. It's like the resin would be the matrix. What's the other?
Those prismatic powders.
Yeah. I use a paint upper metal flake. So, let me see here. Here we go. All right, here I'm going to share a picture. Share screen. I was talking about the Eden, and that's what this thing looks like. And you can see, all of those are speakers there, and that's like the DJ booth up there, and that's a pretty big ass trailer there. And this is relatively small compared to like the Mayan Warrior and the Longfang art car and what is it, Titanic's End or something like that. They called one. Isn't that cool? Yeah. Anyway, so circling back to, we were talking about electrical stuff. Sorry to be like Captain fucking Detour, but yeah. Yeah.
Captain Detour sounds like Lieutenant.
Yeah. So, so the electrical stuff, let's see, looking at some of the comments here, just double checking. Oh yeah, you're gonna be good, Michael Moore. So our plan is we're gonna put 6 15Ks in the Soulgasm, and we're gonna get the whole amp rack assembly out of the Soulgasm. We're gonna ship that to Michael Moore. He's gonna put that in his rig. What is your name of your rig again, Michael? Well, see, Chris, I think your battery bank, when it was 11 years that battery survived, that's pretty good, bro. You had a good run, Grimlock. So Grimlock, our plan is the Grimlock will get the entire amp rack assembly out of the Soulgasm, and then we will build a new amp rack that will have a single 8K or 8-channel, 4K channel, the G8 4000, and 6 15Ks, and then I'm gonna have to build new woofers because the woofers, the Relentless 15s are, the coils in there are 4-layer. They're good for 4,500 watts. We put a lot over that, and we're gonna start blowing holes in the side of coils, and but I don't know if I can afford to build 12 Neos, so we're probably going to use the ferrites. I have an engineering that uses a lot of the design and the same coil assembly and soft parts as what I'm using in the Neos now, but using a ferrite assembly, and I'm going to have the guys at Phi build that motor for me. Yeah.
Grimlock, like from Transformers, a Decepticon.
Yep.
Michael's build is a fucking beast, but he had some Crossfire. I think he had Crossfire 16Ks in there, and those are big badass amps. But being the full bridge technology, and they're a little more sensitive, and with some of the stuff that Ben has come up with. Is really Ben's idea that led to the Ruthless 10K, which is a lot of the same technology, very, very, very similar amplifier with our 15K. shit, we're past those monster full bridge amps, and we're making better, more reliable power with these high current half bridge amplifiers. In the better.
Speaking of that, I need that same amp rack.
The same that we're gonna do for the Soulgasm. Yeah.
Yep.
That engineering.
615Ks and a 4,000.8.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I don't think we have the room to do them vertical. I think I'm gonna have to do them stacked horizontal. I have a really cool image in my mind of what it can look like. But yeah. Yep.
Just got to figure out how much depth I got, but we should be good. I should know that in about a week.
Me and Tyson, and I think Anthony were back there doing some measurements. Like the only way these things will fit is horizontal.
Is the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think height wise, how tall are they length wise?
I forgot.
I don't know. I know they're sitting on my shelves, but
Is there one right here?
See it. Go on the website real quick.
I suppose I could. I was going to measure the one that's sitting over there. Let's see. I think it's like 29 or something like that. The amplifiers. This is a big one.
Wow. 32 inches.
32 inches.
that's not bad.
It's a big one. And it's 11 3/4 inches wide. Thick.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, we would definitely have to clock them 90 degrees. I don't want to stack them this way because then it's like heat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we want to do like 3 and 3 and maybe the 8 channel over here. Be kind of cool. It look like an art piece. Be kind of
Yep.
cool. Yeah, something like
That's
that.
the whole point.
Yeah.
Because anybody can stack them.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be a fan of that. Maybe if you did some really crafty stuff, like John Nolte has engineered. We need to test it still. We haven't had an opportunity to do that, but like water jackets that clamp to the 80/20 slots to water cool the amplifiers. Now that's what I intend to put inside the Burning Man cabinets to run. I'll probably put like, if there's like 16 12s, I'll have like 2 15Ks in each sub cabinet, and I'll have 2 of those cabinets. So there'll be like 32 12-inch subs, probably use alphas. And yeah, so this is Keith Meyer. We call him Dieter. Dieter, the reason why I did 1.4 coils was just my preference. I love the way my 7100s perform at 0.7 ohms. And depending on the application, there are applications where I like the way that the 15K will operate at 0.35 ohms. So I don't recommend that for everybody. You got to have pretty good rise, like a 6th order usually will have quite a bit of rise. So in the stereotype, we're wired to 0.35 ohms on each of the 15Ks, and the amps stay cold. And it performs really well, and it's an absolute monster. But if somebody needed, I do have some dual 0.7s, dual 1s, dual 1.4s, and dual 2s. If somebody needed something specific for whatever goal they were reaching for. So Dieter here actually ordered a Relentless Neo 415 that I'm going to be building for him in a couple of weeks here. And so yeah, Dieter, if you want it to be any other impedance, but we're running it with a 7100, and that's my favorite impedance to operate that amplifier at. I think that's going to be perfect. Yeah. Yep. No, you're not. You're not going to wire my 7100s at 0.35 ohms, Justin. No. You can do dual 1s or you can do dual 1.4s. I kind of would prefer 1.4s, but you do have quite a bit of rise, so you could probably get away with 0.5s. I mean, dual 1s. But don't wire my 7100s to 0.35 ohms. They're not gonna like that shit. Yeah, they're gonna go into protect and shit. You're gonna like send a couple amps into protect and then blow up a couple subs and do the whole damn thing. So don't do that shit.
Yeah, that's not gonna be good.
My buddy's like, why does my charge on my credit card show up as Audi? I'm all, what? I'm like, I don't know, bud. It's wild, but that's why I had to answer him. I'm all, that sounds scary because it's just like you just paid us like $8,000. I don't want it to go to the wrong fucking spot. No, I never ever said that. The 15K, I will do that, but I don't recommend it until you've done significant testing. But yeah. Okay, good. You're good at 0.5. Leave that shit alone. There's no reason for you to change the subs now. You don't need blue baskets and shit. Leave that thing alone until it's time to do some wild shit. Awesome. Robert, fuck yeah, man. Thank you, dude. We had a really good time there too. I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna give you guys the disclaimer. I'm kind of sound like a fucking arrogant dickhead right now. Saturday morning, I was walking into the event and a friend of mine was like, are you nervous? You know, and I was like, I'm not nervous. I'm excited. And I'm like, but we already did everything. Like we already worked our fucking asses off. We already crushed it. My guys, fucking Colt and Tyson and Gary and Anthony and Gavin and the fucking Toby and Lucas building boxes and making sure they're just on track with their shit and making sure they're not, throwing any curveballs at us that we need to address otherwise. And getting help from my buddy Mikey and fucking Justin helping out with a couple of things, just hustling shit around for us. And if I fucking forgot anybody, I'm really sorry. Eugene came over and was helping me work on Neo subs, and he was like, "This is fucking fun." And I'm like, we had already kicked ass. We already did all the hard part. And my wife, I'm like, whatever. I'm like, now I'm support for my wife. And if she just wants me to fucking smile at people and fucking demo, then fuck, that's easy peasy. I can do that shit endlessly. I will talk until your fucking ears fall off. And if we're talking about speakers, then I'll be all excited, dance around, be like, and then you do this, and you got a goth feel, and fucking, and the soft parts in it, they're just right, and then mechanical clipping, and then you make fire, and so I was like, I fucking already did everything. The preparation is done. I fucking already won. And now I'm here, and it's like every dog has his day, and here I am. I get fucking 2 of them, and it was fucking awesome. And we got really great support from like all of our vendors, Dogtown Concepts, my boy Mikey, and Warpath Energy, and Shitting on them, and Sky High, and fucking DC, and Ruthless, and NSA, and I don't think I forgot it. I think I did good on that. And Ray Pimley with Iasca, and Richard with Base Wars. Man, everybody that had a responsibility fucking crushed it, and it went really well. And late Saturday afternoon, I think Keyshawn in the Banging on Wheels truck played a couple of different tracks, and I think he found something on his chip that was a little extra below his bandwidth. I think he threw some like 22 cycles at his fourth order blow through at like a full tilt and bottomed out most of his 6 woofers, and he broke a lot of shit. And so it was like, well, let's see what we can do. So we drove the Banging on Wheels back to the shop, and we started taking the box apart and started inspecting the woofers, and I had a triple shot of whiskey at Cal Expo, and then so we got back to the shop, and I said something about, man, we need whiskey. And my wife was like, there's whiskey in the cabinet in the bathroom. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. There's the, like, you know, first aid kit. It's just a bottle of whiskey. And so I went and grabbed it, and I was like, all right, once we verify that everything is good, and the box comes apart. Remember, we were concerned about the box coming apart. Now, a little bit of experience that I had in the past, and a concept that I came up with, and a whole bunch of help from Colt and Tyson and Gary. The last time we pulled the lid off of the Banging on Wheels, I repaired the resin coating, and I modified some of the wood structure. And instead of using gasket material or like a silicone adhesive, I used like an RTV gasket maker, and I had applied a fresh coat of stain onto the plywood in hopes that the gasket would be a gasket and it would seal. But if I wanted to, I could reasonably just pop the acrylic off and hopefully not damage any of that gasket.
Yeah.
This is my wife talking about that bottle of whiskey she keeps ready for me. Now, I don't drink that much whiskey, and please don't buy me bottles of whiskey because I have too many bottles of whiskey. My birthday party, how many bottles of whiskey did I get at my fucking birthday party?
6,
A
7,
lot. Yeah. Oh, there was so many bottles of whiskey. And I'm like, oh, everybody thinks I drink shitloads of whiskey. I do love whiskey, but I only drink a little bit of whiskey once or twice a month, and like I might get a little bit hammered once a year. But I consume quite a bit. Yeah. So anyway, so once we got the lid off the box, I was like, cool, celebratory shots. And I cracked this bottle of whiskey open, and we didn't have cups, so everybody just took a big pull, blop, 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 blop. And there was like 5 of us that took shots of whiskey.
That shit was ripe.
That Woodford Reserve, that shit's fire. That's really good.
Yeah,
That's
it was good. It hit the.
I mean, you're gonna have to do better than Jack, but man, Allison, what's my favorite whiskey called? It was Smoke Hill something. Allison will find it. She'll let us know. I think she's still here. But it was like Smoke Hill Ranch or some shit. It's fucking fire. It was so good, and it's strong as fuck. And the bottle's like handwritten and shit. It's got like, oh man, it was so good. Anyway, so, and then we figured out our subwoofer situation. The guys at NSA, the corporals, all 6 of them were kind of damaged, right? And Keyshawn really sent the shit out of those things. But we talked to the guys at NSA. They were going to build 6 new subs right then. And I was like, fuck, man, it was going to be, 6-7 hours probably of like cleaning up subs and building tops, and you know what I mean? And we would have been working all fucking night. And I climbed in the back subwoofer room at here at Gately Audio, and I climbed around and I found 3 of the Dual One Relentless 15s that had come out of Byron's Soulgasm truck. And then I knew I had 1 or 2 at least brand new ones in the box in here in my office. So I ran my nearly naked ass across the parking lot with no shoes on and no shirt on because I didn't want to fuck up my fancy shirt. So I took it off and put it on the roof of Keyshawn's truck. And naturally, I look really good with no clothes on. So Memphis is chasing me all over the place. He's like a puppy. He's all excited. What are we doing now? And I'm like, we're looking for subwoofers. And I found that I had 3 brand new ones in here. Actually, I had 2 brand new ones and 1 with a fresh recon. The guys at NSA do recons for me, and I just had we would have done it. I know Jesse would have. Him and Adrian are fucking badass. But I called him and I was like, look, I have 6 Relentless 15s here, good to go. Let's do it. And so my man Mikey, he had already pulled all the NSAs, cleaned up all the wiring, and me and Memphis hauled all the subs over, and Byron helped out a little bit. And so we had a couple of celebratory shots of whiskey. And then
Byron was a smart one. He got the hand truck. He was a smart one.
Oh yes. And then yes, little subwoofer scavenger hunt, and then I like I had to like kind of fucking climb up and over and grab the fucking subs, and I'm handing them to Memphis, and he's fucking handing them out to somebody in the back room of the thing, and then Memphis crawled up on me and grabbed me and carried me away from where I had been climbed upon and placed
Like a
me back
baby.
on the floor where I belong. I don't know if you guys noticed, but Memphis is fucking gigantic, and I am very little, so it was pretty easy for him. I felt pretty light, huh? I was like, what? Probably
you're pretty light.
162 at that point because I hadn't eaten a fucking thing all day. So I literally ate nothing and then drank a bottle of whiskey.
Which made you weigh less.
yeah. So we got the subs loaded, every sub loaded, shot of whiskey. Next thing you knew, the bottle was gone, and I was fucked up. But we got everything soldered up and wired up and put the top on and did a quick test shot, and I think we were all on our way home by 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, right?
Yep.
And Kishan went back to the hotel, got a good night's sleep, came out the next day and demoed all day long. Said the truck performed like almost as loud as it had been. With the NSAs, he was able to wire at a half ohm. With the subs we had, we were at 1 ohm, but it was like pretty goddamn close. Our Relentless subs are very efficient, but they don't handle power quite like an NSA does. So it was like we gained a little, but we lost a little more. But also he was like, well, with as long as I don't fucking clip, I can kind of demo a bit longer because he's struggling a little bit of battery issue. He's got some old SPIM cell banks, and he's got Warpath batteries chilling over at the Warpath Energy, but it's just a matter of him having time and all the funds available to make that upgrade happen. So yeah, but anyway, that was our Saturday night adventure. Yeah, I was fucking hammered. So when I woke up at 6:15 a.m. on Sunday, I didn't have a hangover at all. You know why I didn't have a hangover at all? Because I was still fucking drunk. I was like, oh no, I'm not driving. I'm like, no, I'm still fucking drunk. I'm like, I'm kind of glad I'm still drunk because if I stayed sleeping and I woke up at 9 or something like that, I would have had a fucking hangover. But because I was still drunk, I started hydrating and drinking caffeine and eating a little bit of food and getting my shit together. And somebody gave me you know what probably fixed it was I ate like a McDonald's sausage egg biscuit.
Oh, Josh.
Yeah, Josh gave me one of those, and I'm like eating it and I'm like salivating. I'm like, this is so yummy. But yeah, so anyway, yeah. But
Soak it right up.
and truck did indeed have a flat tire. Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, so that was Saturday. Sunday, you know, at the end of the line, we had to, you know, clean up everything. But thankfully, you know what I will say is there was minimal trash left on site, and I super fucking duper appreciate that. Now, we were tracking where everybody was parked and who was where, right? We managed the parking thing, and whenever somebody parked somewhere, if it was different than what was originally planned, the guys made note of that shit, and we knew where everybody was. So if anybody would have left any fucking garbage out, we would have known who the fuck did it. And I would have like loaded up that fucking garbage and been like banging on the door. Hey man, how's it going? I got your fucking garbage right here, dude. Like in the middle of the fucking night, Sunday night. I'm just going to leave this on your porch and bang on your fucking door. Like, yep. So
But not only that, it didn't get shut down. No complaints about music.
that was fucking crazy. I don't know if I mentioned it in the weeks, but in my mind, I was like, they're going to be
did.
I was there at Autorama 9 or 10 or 11 years ago when the cop was like fucking screaming at Rusty Flowers, the owner of DC. He's like, if you turn that thing on, I'm going to arrest you. And Rusty was like, you know, I'm not fucking stupid, and I know you actually can't do that. I'm going to go ahead and turn this fucking thing on because you said that shit. Like, I wasn't even going to turn it. I was just getting in. But like, you know, you said that, you ain't arresting me. Go get your supervisor. I'm like, and the dude just like shut up and walked away. Essentially, it was pretty fucking wild. I was like, wow. Normally, cops say that shit. I just listen. I'm like, I'm not trying to deal with that shit. But you know,
it was monsters out there demoing like all day, 2 days in a row. Even some guys demoed early before the quiet time, but there was not one complaint.
There was a little bit of complaint, but apparently it wasn't really that. It was like two people were like, well, man, Rob, they have to do that shit all day. And they were like, they didn't start until noon and they're going to be done at 4. So it's definitely not all day. So get the fuck over it. And thankfully the Autorama people were, oh, a dog. Oh, yeah, there's that. That is indeed your responsibility. Doug's dog took a dump. Yes, clean up your dog shit. Thank you, Doug. But I'm all, who the fuck is Draco? I'm all, oh, Draco is
Mountain.
yeah. So thankfully the Autorama people were super duper on our side, and they were awesome to us, and we had a fucking great fucking turnout. Even you know, the ASCA and Base Swords guys had very reasonable numbers, not like wow outstanding, but very good numbers for what they were doing. But we had a fuckload of people that were just demoing that make that really awesome. But yeah, it was really great, and we had a fucking super good time. But yeah, let's see.
I gotta jump out of here to close up the shop now.
Yeah. I'm gonna wrap this up and get home and eat some dinner. And so my man John, he really worked his ass off on his build. I think he wasn't really feeling super fucking great in the last couple of days. They were getting done, and Tyson and Colt went over there and busted their ass. Tyson was there all night long. I didn't think about it at all, but I guess Tyson and Brad had the idea of like, just bring the truck out even if it's not operational. People would have loved to see it, but it's one of those things. Next year, next event, you know, and John will get the nerd van out there, and it should be a lot of fun. So, but yeah, Stolman, he brought his truck that wasn't operational out and was wiring everything up and didn't turn it on until after awards on Sunday. And he drugged me over, and I hopped in for the first demo, and he was like getting a few things operational. He had a little signal issue. He fixed that and put Bluetooth in, and this and that, got it fired up, and like, you know, and I got about 10 minutes of that thing's first. I got the first 10 minutes to play in that thing. It was pretty fucking badass. And then, and like an hour later when we're leaving, he's got like a line of people getting fucking demos. And I'm like, okay, fuck it. You know, it was like, he's going the distance. You know, like, fucking go, Justin. All right, it's fucking playing. The thing is a fucking beast. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, all right. Well, shit, everybody. Thank you guys so much. Everybody, thank you guys so much for you know, those of you that at the show and were supporting the show, and you know, fucking Byron kicked ass all weekend doing what he does, and my whole fucking team, and my family came out, and friends that I grew up with from Milpitas, and like I said, man, you know, every dog has his fucking day, and I couldn't have those fucking days without you all. It was a really good time, and those of you that compliment me on how great of a show that we put on, I didn't do shit. My wife did that. Me and the team built the fucking trucks, and they were all fucking super badass. And but yeah, the Allison Gately show was quite the success. And again, anyway, thank you guys a lot, and I'll look forward to you guys seeing you guys next week. We'll talk more about speakers and amps and electrical, and give some updates on how things go with making some of those electrical upgrades to Robert Duarte's truck, talking a little bit more about these, and maybe by then we'll have some information from Steve, because I think a lot of you guys might want to be on this path here with these Vectrons, and you'll be able to acquire those from Warpath Energy or Gately Audio, and yeah, that's what's up. All right, kids. Thank you again, Memphis. Have a great night, buddy. It was great hanging out with you this weekend. I'm super stoked that me and you and Steve were able to take that photo. Did you see that I used that photo?
Yeah, the photo is yeah, good photo.
And we knocked it out the first opportunity we had. So, all right, everybody. fix your fucking engine noise, and treat people how they deserve to be treated. And that's what's up. All right, kids. Have a good night.